As you guys know, I always try to make videos which are not just like about me but also useful for you guys. So as you know, after returning from living in my own apartment, literally my own space for 2 years in South Korea, coming back home it's been a challenge. There's no other way to put it. You know, moving back into a space that you grew up in and realizing that it's not the same, it doesn't feel like home anymore. It's kind of sad. But I'm sure many of you have experienced it, like when you come back to uni and you're suddenly back to your parents' home, it's just weird. There's no other way to put it. So I knew that I had to move out as soon as I could. Thankfully, I got a job almost straight away and I've been able to save up a little money and I've finally moved out. Unfortunately, it's not my own space 100% because it's London, but I want to tell you guys a bit about the process of finding a house because it was really difficult for me and I want to make it a bit easier for you guys. So what I've heard from everyone, like moving to find a house in London, especially if you're going for like a shared situation, which a lot of people are when they don't have that much money yet, like you're just establishing yourself, it can be quite hard because you're talking to people that are already living in the house, so you know, potential future flatmates, so it ends up kind of being like an interview situation, except different from usual interviews, which I feel like I'm pretty good at normally. It ends up being like an interview process where you don't know what the terms are, you don't know what the required skills are. Should I say I like going out or should I say I like staying at home? Like, you don't know what the person's thinking and what they would prefer in a roommate. All you know is, I like this place, it's near work, I want it, please. You know, so it's kind of a weird thing. So I'm going to share with you guys some things that I've done, which is which resources and websites I use to find a room, and then the kind of things that I did to prepare. Yeah, so these are all websites, and ultimately I ended up finding my place on spareroom.co.uk, and I have to say I had no chance because I was looking on Spare Room for a good 2 months. I was like on and off, like I almost found a place, stuff was going well but then it would go badly, and I realised that on their website they have a paid option where you upgrade. It's really quite expensive, it's like £11 a week. £11 for a week, guys, to search for a room, but it gives you access to rooms which have been newly posted, so you're basically first in line. And let me tell you guys, as soon as I paid that extra money, I found my room within a week. So it was something that was worth doing. It made a huge difference in my search. Imagine 2 months of searching and not finding anything good, and then you pay and instantly you find a place. And that's this place. So guys, I definitely have to recommend that. Unfortunately, you do have to shell out a little bit to get like the good places within your budget and everything. And then now I'm going to tell you guys a bit about choosing within the website, like how I chose. I basically thought of my budget, and for my budget I wanted to make sure it was less than half of my monthly salary, or approximately half of my monthly salary. That's what they kind of recommend you to spend. And then I knew that I'm quite fussy when it comes to bathrooms, so I needed an ensuite at least. That was important to me. And then of course I based it on distance. I no longer wanted to commute for over an hour to get to work, so I wanted somewhere that was walkable, or like 30 to 45 minutes, so that's what I have as well. So once you've kind of written down or decided your main criteria, then you're open to the search, and you know, going on Spare Room and maybe paying a little extra, it will make your search a bit easier. Okay, now I'm going to tell you guys, like when you actually find a place, you've messaged a person and you've arranged a meet up and you get there, what you're going to do to help you find a place a little bit more easier. So one thing I did when I was meeting the flatmate for this place as opposed to other places is I actually prepared. So in advance I thought of some questions that I'd like to ask and what I'd like to know about the property, and when I came I basically had this whole list of questions. I'm going to share with you guys the questions that I had asked them. I'll put them in the description box, the questions, but it's just, you know, it's kind of like, you know, when you go to an interview and then they kind of ask you like, do you have any questions? If you have no questions, you look unprepared, you look like you don't care, you look uninterested, you know, that kind of thing. So then if you come with your questions, similarly, it actually makes you look more engaged and like you care and like, you know, an interesting person to live with. So I'm going to share with you guys the questions that I use in the description box, so don't forget to click there. But definitely come prepared with what you want to know, whether it's what are the housemates like, what are their habits, what time do they go to bed, what their hobbies, like that kind of stuff, just to give you an idea of who you're actually ultimately going to live with. And I'm not going to lie, when I did go to the other houses, I did have those kind of questions, but it wasn't fully formed. So sometimes I'd leave the house and I was like, oh crap, I forgot to ask this or that. So I feel like it's really important to have that list. I literally had my phone out. I was like, first, stuff like that. I think it was just I think that was another deal breaker in finding this place. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and I'm back, weekly videos, once a week, look out for them. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!